so this is a little late, but it's okay, cause I am busy and so are you. Today I am bringing you guys my May wrap up. Little late, not gonna worry about it. So in the month of May, I have read 15 books, and as always guys, you know I am a big audiobook person, so most of these were audiobooks. However, to me, that does not change the experience or the fact that I now know this story and I got to enjoy it. The point is that I got through 15 books. If you guys don't count audiobooks, so be it, but to me, it's all about just enjoying the story and having that story be a part of my world now. Here we go. The very first book in the month of May is actually one that I had started in April, but I finished very quickly in May, and that was Winter by Marissa Meyer. I just hit myself in the face. So Winter was the fourth book in the Lunar Chronicles. I gave this book a 4 stars on Goodreads. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the ending. I enjoyed pretty much everything about this story. However, I did have various faults. Why do I have black on my face? Won't go away. I enjoyed various parts of this book. I had my problems. If you want to know my full thoughts, go check out my review on Goodreads. So the next books, I am going 3 at a time. However, I only physically have the first one. The next 3 is the Remnant Chronicles by Mary E. Pearson. I have the first book, The Kiss of Deception. The second book is The Heart of Betrayal. And the third book is Beauty of Darkness. This book and the second one I both gave 4-star reviews out of 5. The last book I gave a 3.5. I enjoyed this series as a whole. I really liked the first and second books. The third one kind of let me down a bit because I feel like the second one was our big climax moment, and then the third book kind of got dragged out. I also do not in any way agree with who Leah ended up with, but that is just me. I digress, and I know I'm probably in the minority, but overall, these were definitely good reads. Romance out the wazoo. If you do not like love triangles, don't go anywhere near this book or this series, but for me, I love love triangles, so I was totally okay with it. The next book on this list, obviously, you guys know I am trash for SJM, so the next book is A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. I have a full review about this book, so feel free to go check that out. This is the 3.1. This is a novella. It is the transition book between the first half of the A Court of Thorns and Roses series into the second half. You know I love SJM, so just go watch that video if you want to know how I feel. We're not going there now. The next book on this list is Just Like Winter, where I started it in April. I actually started at the beginning of April. It took me forever to get through, but I did finish it in the beginning of May, and that is A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab. I love this series. My only major complaint, I gave this book a 3.5 stars on Goodreads. My major complaint about this book is you easily could have dropped the entire first half of this book and it would have been just as good. It would have contributed just as much to the series. However, I love Victoria Schwab's writing, so I can't complain that much. And because I was on a V.E. Schwab vibe, I guess is the word I'm going for, I have a full book talk up about this series. The other books I read in the month of May was the Monsters of Verity duology. These books were 5 out of 5 reads for me. I give that fully to the fact that the message that these books sends home really resonated with me, and when it had to do with monsters and humans and what makes us humans and what makes us monsters and yada 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 yada. As I said, there's a full book talk up, so if you want to know my thoughts and feels and everything about these, go check that out. So the next books on this list is me checking off another series, because you guys know I can't seem to finish series in a whole month. It's apparently got to be over the course of like 2 months, I guess. Although I think I read the first 2 back in like January, I think. I don't know. It was a while ago. But in the month of May, I finished the Raven Cycle by reading Blue Lily, Lily Blue, and the Raven King, both by Maggie Stiefvater. Okay, the way that I explain the Raven Cycle to people and like my interest in this series has to go like this. 90% of what happens in the Raven Cycle, I don't care about. I do not care, and it's not saying that Maggie Stiefvater is a bad writer or anything against her. It's just my personal interest in the story and what it had to contribute. It didn't vibe with me. It was not something that I was going out of my way. However, I don't know what it is about Stiefvater's writing, but there's just enough that she leaves unanswered that I have to read the next book to know what happens. And it is so infuriating because I catch myself going, I don't care about this, I don't care about this. But then I finish the book and I'm like, okay, I'm good, I'm done. And then a matter of like 5 days go by and I'm like, ah, crap, I gotta read the next one. God damn it. So I end up reading the next one. So good job, Maggie Stiefvater. Way to keep me with your writing there. I did thoroughly enjoy Raven King though. Out of all 4 books, this one's definitely my favorite. I think because of the fact that this was the climax, and I think the other 3 books were just a little too slow for me, but I really enjoyed this, and overall, I enjoyed the series. So again, I'm not saying this series is bad in any way. I enjoyed it. It's just not in my favorites. So switching into a series that is actually like very quickly becoming some of my favorites is Fallen Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. I gave this book a 4.5 stars. From the second I started this book, I was so unbelievably confused, and then for somehow, like around chapter 10, it all just clicked, and I was so fascinated, and I was so invested in these characters. There are 6 books in this series, and I'm probably going to finish them all in June. I cannot stop. I have to read them all. This series is advertised as a YA book Game of Thrones, so going into this, I know people are going to die. You do not advertise a book like that and not think that people are going to die, because they're going to die. And yet still, in these books, every time someone dies, I catch myself tearing up because somehow I care. I've known this character for 2 chapters, but I care. So good job, Morgan Rhodes. Good job for breaking my heart every 3 chapters. Also this month, going back to the Raven Cycle, not the Raven Cycle, going back to the Lunar Chronicles, I also read Stars Above by Marissa Meyer. This story, however, was more of like a 2.5, like 3-star rating for me. I did listen to this one as it was going on. I caught myself like losing focus and not being able to like pay attention to what was happening. However, the very last story with the wedding, and I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't want to do spoilers for anybody, but the wedding was the part that I found myself actually like really interested in, because it was the part where we finally got the conclusion to everybody's stories. So that part I really enjoyed, and I think that was the only part that really saved it for me. Moving into a different book though, that was my lowest star rating for this month, and it was really disappointing because I know so many people rave about this book, and I was so disappointed to not feel that way. I found the main character a little bit whiny. I understand her situation, and I felt that with her, but I couldn't connect with the story in any way, and that is We Are Okay by Nina LaCour. And as I said, I know this book is a favorite for so many people. It just was not a favorite of mine. That is okay if you love it. I understand why you love it. Me and this book did not get along. However, I believe in ending on a high note, so I am ending on the most current book that I read in the month of May that I loved, and I fully get the entire, complete, and total Rainbow Rowell hype now, and that is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I loved this book. Like, I was looking for just a cute, nerdy little contemporary. This book delivered in every single aspect. This was a 4.5 read for me. I loved all the different issues that were involved. I loved the nerdiness, the fangirl, the boy getting involved in things he didn't fully understand before, and just everything about this I absolutely loved. I wholeheartedly intend on picking up Rainbow Rowell's work later in the future. I can see it on the camera, so I swear to God you guys can. It is hot in here. Oh my God, I'm sweating. Going into June, I just wanted to share with you guys what I am currently reading. I am listening on audiobook, as I said, to the 3rd book of the Fallen Kingdom series, which I am blanking on the name, but here it is. Now I'm currently listening to that. I am about a quarter of the way into it, and as I said, I'm absolutely gonna end up finishing the series in June because I can't stop. But also in the month of June, I am currently reading Geekorella by Ashley Poston. I am also loving this. I'm into this whole nerdy girl guy situation thing that's going on right now. If you guys have any suggestions for more into that like kind of thought, absolutely let me know down below, because I want to know and I want to know more of these books. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. As always, make sure you guys like, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.